I am here in beautiful Cupertino, California, at Apple Park, which is Apple's headquarters. And right over my shoulder is the Steve Jobs Theater, where they announce the latest and greatest of their devices. So typically when Apple invites me into an event like this, it's usually because there's some sort of huge thing happening in the world of audio, probably the AirPods Pro 3, but I don't know. Let's go find out. All right, here we go.
We'll be introducing some breakthrough technologies and product designs that are a result of so much passion. So with that, let's get on with the show.
Okay, I just got out of listening to the new AirPods Pro 3s, and I was able to have my 2s right next to the 3s, and I have a track of audio that I listen to for all of my calibration, whether it's a home theater or a recording studio or my own studio. I always listen to the exact same track because it's mixed so well and it sounds so good. And that is Cory Wong's Starship Syncopation. That is my reference track. So I was able to pop those up on both the 2s and the 3s, and there were some very clear differences. First, the fit, they do feel a lot different in your ears. I thought that they would feel really tight, or like that seal with the new foam tips would be much more obvious, and it wasn't as obvious, but it just feels like a different material. It just feels like a different fit entirely. But overall, the sound quality, which is what I care most about, that was very clearly different in a very good way. So first off, I listened to it in the room with 1 billion people. So the noise cancellation had to do a lot of work in order for it to play accurately. And the noise cancellation was fantastic. Even comparing it to the 2, it was night and day. I also noticed that the volume, I got more volume out of it. And it also just probably had to do with the noise cancellation was so much cleaner that I could hear the music much more clearly. The other thing that was really obvious to me was the bass, the lows and the highs. So the highs sounded a lot more sparkly. The lows were much more clear, and that probably has something to do with all of the ports being bigger on the Pro 3s versus the Pro 2s. That was one of the things I noticed right off the bat. Sound-wise, upgrade for sure. So yeah, I'm gonna get a little bit more hands-on, a little bit more details, but so far, I'm happy with it. I did get a much more in-depth hands-on, and one of the things that really jumps out is it has a lot more clarity of bass. I would say for that one reason, it's quite a big upgrade. Also, the highs are really crisp, and I know that these are kind of marketing buzzwords as I'm saying this, but I literally am putting in my AirPods Pro 2s, listening to the same track and putting in the 3s, and it's a marked difference. When I've learned more about it, apparently they've rebuilt all of the insides to allow more airflow. You can certainly see that on the outside with the increase in the size of the airports. I'm actually kind of shocked at how great they sound. To me, it's like a pretty big step up from the last generation. The new like foam ear tips fit in really well, and they stick well. They're a lot squishier. I was comparing them between the 2. And yeah, so I think that extra kind of memory foam in there really helps to keep everything in. I will say that it's like very transparent. So what I mean by that is when it's in transparency mode and you put them in your ears, every time I've put them in my ears, I keep fiddling with them because it sounds exactly like the real world. I keep thinking I don't have a good fit because the transparency is also a huge step up. So the biggest feature is the live translation is that's a monumental upgrade to the world. I got a demo of this with somebody who spoke Spanish, and what happens is that when you bring the phone up, you can make your action button a kind of a live translate mode. And there's a few things that can happen here. Like if I'm speaking, it will translate, say, from English to Spanish, and on my phone, it'll be translating my words to the Spanish speaker. But if I'm facing the Spanish speaker, because it detects like in front of you, it uses machine learning, and it focuses that dialogue to make sure it's crisp and clear to the AirPods. It beams that down to the phone for processing, but then it uses this active noise cancellation, and it brings all of the noise down, including the speaker, and it's analyzing their phrasing, and it will then speak in English with the proper meaning in the ears. That was the thing that I got a full body wave of like emotion when I had that experience. Watching someone speak in a different language that I didn't understand and hearing what they're saying was very emotional. Like that it's a new level of connection. So the AirPods Pro 3 sound great. It's totally worth an upgrade just for that. But for anyone who interacts with any other languages, like it is game-changing, especially with that being built into the Apple ecosystem. So that was just, I was beaming, like I was getting very kind of like welled up seeing that for the first time. And I think that's going to be a real special thing. So it's been fun. This has been a fun trip. I have a few more things that might be in store in the future. But for now, I'm going to sit here at Cafe Max here with all of these people who are all editing, and I'm going to edit my little video here and get it to you as fast as I can. So, see ya.